Hello, good evening, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, whatever you want to call your Wednesday. You've made it through half of your week. Anyway, Lisa McNett here, popping in for just a real quick and short and sweet Facebook Live. I have a lot going on, and it's all very exciting and very wonderful. But hey, Lexi, thanks for popping in. Happy Wednesday. So yeah, I'm just gonna go on a teeny tiny little, not rant, but like tip of the day. We'll call it the Wednesday wisdom tip of the week. And that is the tip is, the Wednesday wisdom tip of the week is, drumroll please, if you want something, ask for it. Ta-da! It seems so simple, right? It's such a simple, easy concept. Well, yeah, of course, if I want something, I'm going to ask for it. But how often do we freeze and allow all of the negative self-talk to creep in and prevent us from asking? So I used to be, so this all started because I did it. I asked for something. I have been following this person on Facebook. We've been friends for like 10 years, and he helps conscious entrepreneurs to market and brand themselves, and it does a lot more for them as well. But I've been following him, and I've got a lot of useful tips from him. And recently for a long time, I've been thinking, oh man, like I bet he could help me. You know, and also just appreciating all the things I learned from him for free and feeling like, oh, I would like to support his business. And, but there were all these reasons that I felt like it wouldn't work. Like, okay, he lives in Australia and I'm in the United States, but I work with people internationally all the time, and so that's really kind of silly. And I also figured, well, I'm just kind of small potatoes. I'm just this little tiny business, and he probably doesn't want to work with little tiny businesses, which he works with conscious entrepreneurs. We're not typically like huge businesses, right? And then, oh, he's probably like way outside of my price range, way outside of my budget. So there are all these things, like all these little things popped up. And fortunately, like I recognize them for what they were, and what they were is just fear. Like that is what prevents us and stops us always, I think, from asking, from just asking, because we are afraid of something, afraid of rejection, or afraid of hearing no, or we feel unworthy or unlovable. It's like there's something wrong with us, you know, and therefore, you know, we're not, you know, that person doesn't want to do anything with me. So I just wanted to pop in here and share that, because I know that in the past, like I had a lot of, like, there were so many, like for years, there were so many things that I held myself back from, that I didn't actually realize I was holding myself back from, because I was afraid to ask, or afraid to try, or thought that I couldn't, or I wouldn't, or they wouldn't want to, or, you know, all of those things. And so I imagine that a lot of you can relate to this. And so yeah, I've grown so much. I've come so far. And when I started realizing, like a few years ago, I don't remember when, but when I started realizing that I could just ask, it like opened my mind to a whole new realm of possibilities. And I started practicing that. I started asking more. You know, if there was something I wanted, if there was something that I needed, if there was, you know, just whatever, you know, I just started asking. And yeah, so there can just be such a it's fun asking and learning that there can be such a, I want to say disparity, but I don't think that's the right word. I don't know why that's the word that's coming out, but such a gap between what our mind wants us to think is going to happen and what is actually true. So anyway, that is my Wednesday tip. If you don't ask, then you will never know. Like, yeah, if you and I sorry, I am kind of like ranting and stumbling, but yeah, if you don't ask, you'll never know. And I encounter this all the time with people, like all the time with people, you know, in conversation, or people who are my clients, you know, either through my coaching business or my breath work, you know, yoga, whatever. They'll tell me all of the reasons that they can't do something. They'll tell me all of the reasons that they can't do something, whatever it is. And I'll be like, well, how do you know? Oh, I can't go here, and we can't do this, and we can't do that, and this isn't going to happen, and you know, and how do you know? Like, how do you know? Did you ask any questions? Like, okay, and I know I'm being super, super vague, but I think you kind of get it too. Like, oh, I could never, let's talk about working out. Like, I could never work out, like, because I'm too, like, my doctor would probably say it's not okay because I have all of these health issues. Well, have you asked your doctor? You know, like that kind of a thing. So anyway, I didn't mean to make this a super long rant. The tip is you never know unless you ask. And the only thing standing between you asking for what you want and not asking for what you want is most likely fear in some form in your mind. So don't listen to it, and take a few breaths and ask for what you want and go for it and open those doors, because it's exciting what can happen. So anyway, hope that wasn't too much of a rant, and I will be coming in here more. So, like I said, and the person that I asked, I reached out and I asked, I think I didn't finish the story. I reached out and I asked, hey, can you help me? You know, would you be willing to work with me? And then a few days later, we were on the phone talking. I'm talking to this person in Australia that I think is amazing and awesome, and that I want to work with and that I feel like can help me a lot. And so yeah, we're on the phone a couple days later talking, and he's going to work with me, and I can afford him. And so all of those little things, you know, all of those little reasons, if I would have listened to that, oh, we can't work together, but he won't want to work with somebody in the US because he's in Australia, or oh, I probably can't afford him, or oh, I'm probably small potatoes. Like, none of that was true. I could have listened to that, and I could have, like, made that my story, and then not move forward with this. But instead, I asked. And so I'm really excited about what is to come, because I am going to have some help. Anyway, I hope you guys have an excellent Wednesday night. And hey, Eva, thanks for popping on. And hi, Richie, good to see you guys. Yeah, I kind of want to stay in here and just chat with you, but I think I need to wrap it up. So have a good night.